The COVID-19 pandemic continues to be the biggest story throughout the world. And look, we try to provide you a distraction from it, but there will be overlap between COVID-19 and the National Football League. We're highlighting at ProFootballTalk.com all of the donations made by teams, owners, players. Jimmy and Dee Haslam, the Browns owners, have kicked in $1.5 million to help with the broader effort to, whether it's feed people who aren't getting meals at school, who rely on that, whether it's taking care of the people who are most at risk for a serious outcome for COVID-19, whether it's just making sure that money is available to help with the healthcare system and the crisis that is looming in many of our communities. But the Haslams also pointed out yesterday that we currently expect to host a full NFL season. And look, currently, yes. I don't know, Chris, and I think the NFL needs to be planning for every possible scenario. And I hope that behind the curtain somewhere, they are identifying every what if that there is, and that they have a plan for every what if imaginable, up to and including not being able to play at all in 2020. And I don't think that's going to happen. I hope it doesn't happen for a variety of reasons, one of which is if they can't play football at all in 2020, it will underscore just how bad this pandemic becomes, because we're talking about months down the road. But the NFL needs to have a plan in place for every challenge and every opportunity. And one of the opportunities, your former Texas coach, Mac Brown, now back at North Carolina, he's wondering whether or not they can have a college football season. Chris, if there's no college football season, but the NFL finds a way to play, even if the NFL is playing in empty stadiums, all of a sudden, maybe you got NFL games Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, filling that void, and people are going to be desperate for sports. I mean, again, these are some drastic scenarios where there wouldn't be college football, but I think the NFL is going to be hell-bent on playing, and they're going to find a way to play. There's too much money at stake. But maybe they will be playing in empty stadiums. Maybe they will be playing a reduced schedule. They just need to be thinking about every possible scenario, and they need to have a plan in place for however the dominoes fall.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm hoping for an NFL season, certainly. I mean, a full NFL season. But I don't think we're out of the woods yet in this conversation. I don't. You know, I still look at it and go, are we in danger of maybe having a shortened season or starting training camp late? You know, I still think it's a flip of the coin of where we're at right now. And you listen to most of the medical experts and people like that. So I wouldn't be shocked to maybe see the season get shortened by a game or two. I don't know where it goes. I'm hoping for the best. But yes, the NFL, to your point, needs to be ready for all angles here and what could happen because we don't know what's going to happen. This is going to be, we're kind of playing it by ear and just going to see how this all shakes out.
And one of the realities here, and I'm going to try to present this as apolitically as possible, but we are detecting, I think, a looming tension between those who would say we lock everything down until the threat subsides and those who would say the people who are at risk just stay out of the mainstream of society and protect themselves while the rest of us live our lives and kickstart the economy and go back to restaurants and go back on planes and live our lives as we normally would. And I think football is going to be caught right in the middle of that because, you know, a lot of these athletes, they don't care if they get, I mean, their attitude is, I'll be fine. And you can have it run rampant through a locker room. Everybody could test positive and nobody could show any symptoms. So there's just a lot of issues, Chris, that are going to need to unfold as time goes by.
Yeah, well, definitely. And then just, you're being risky with that, that second, the thought there with just saying, oh, we're going to keep the people who are only susceptible in that house or you stay away from society. That still doesn't mean that young, healthy guys can't get sick and be in big trouble.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.